Watching. My name is Johnny Konza, and yes, we are coming to you live from the town of Rehoboth. And yes, we are here for the Rehoboth Town Council land management and housing development conference. And here with me this morning to talk to us about what this event is actually all about is the town planner of the Rehoboth Town Council, Freddy Shihepo. Very good morning, Freddy. Thank you so much for joining us. Perhaps just brief our viewers this morning what the significance of this event is all about. Yeah.
Okay, firstly, good morning. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for coming. Firstly, the main reason of the whole event is that we want to see our land demand, especially on housing. And of course, in that, we look at then the supporting land uses rather that support housing, of course. And at the same time, we also want to, at the end of this conference, we want to have a strategy, or rather engage with every stakeholder in land development to actually come up with a strategy on how we can actually accelerate land development in housing as well as also in other areas as well.
Yeah. You mentioned stakeholders there, and of course, being part of this event, we know about stakeholders management. For those who might not be, very familiar with stakeholders engagement, what does that mean, and then how important is it to this event? Of course, looking at the conference specifically focusing on land.
Okay, basically in this context, stakeholder engagement basically means that bringing all stakeholders or people rather involved in land development, which you have your developers, your local authorities, your engineers, and all, if just to mention a few, engaging to come up with a solution to actually accelerate and also bring forth affordable housing and also other amenities within the context of land development. So that's, yeah.
What basically is the challenge when you look at the towns such as Rehoboth? What is the challenge in terms of land, and what really is the reason for this event to address those challenges?
Okay, our main challenge is also our growing population, firstly. But in terms of our growing population, we have a larger section of the population rather more on the low income brackets. So therefore, we have to now cater for our low-income groups. So, and at the same time, we look at the expenses, or rather the costs of developing this land, and also towns also sprawling out, which means we need to deliver services which are more expensive, but the people are not really able to afford these services. But so then we want to really look at how we can actually bridge that gap and actually help or assist rather, or provide land to those that are in need.
All right. Now with the conference just 2 hours away, we of course are expecting a lot. But what can you tell us in terms of what we can expect in terms of presentations, activities, and special guests?
Also, basically what we're looking at is that we're looking at all areas of land development, where be it the legal framework of land development, as well as financing and project management of housing or land development rather, and as well as an outlook from local authorities as to how we can also accelerate and how we do it as well, and as well as with our development partners, such as now your GIZ and the ministries, and also development workshops. So we actually going to speak about that amongst a few things as well. So as well as also with the engineers and consultants, town planners, and also property developers, where we're going to present as to what's the current and what can we do going forward as well. But we can expect high level dignitaries. We expecting the Deputy Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Honorable Navasis. So, and amongst a few, and also the Governor, Governor April, and as well as all other stakeholders in land, engineers, town planners, also from the educational fraternity or the tertiary education fraternity as well, such as NUST. So we have representatives from there. So it's from all areas, and so that we can come together and also see that what we can come up with and form probably, hopefully, a strategy towards the end of this conference on how we move forward, and also form partnerships, therefore.
Very well.
All right.
For those who couldn't make it today in Rehoboth to be part of this event, what other options do they have, of course, to be part of this and participate in this event? Is there a virtual option, any other spaces that they can be part of?
Yeah, I believe there's virtual options as well. I think it's going to be on our Facebook page, if I'm not mistaken, if I speak under correction. But yeah, but on top of this, I think what we're going to do as well, further after this conference, is also to have probably maybe a feedback towards the community of Rehoboth as to what we have come up with in this conference.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what kind of platforms that we'll use. So yeah.
And moving forward, what are the next steps for the conference? Not only for the conference, rather, but for the land development projects in Rehoboth. What are the plans, and what is the future looking like?
The future looks bright as well, because due to our growing coming in, also in place to solve that, or at least start working towards solving. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us and talking to us. We hope to, of course, see the conference unfold and hope to see more positive outlooks from here.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Freddy Shihepo, the Rehoboth Town Council's town planner, who is going to be talking to us, of course, who is also going to be part of the program here in Rehoboth. But